are now in the Black Box with Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!
Listen.
Cheetah. Gratitude is the attitude. Show is a blessing. To be back in the Black Box. Black Box.
Relax, roll up as we randomly react to content in these YouTube streets. It's time for R&R.
Smack with Nip Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the Black Box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
All that and then some until the end come. The constant, consistent, continuous content creation campaign continues. Something real interesting on the menu. Popular Alabama rapper murdered in revenge plot after this happened. And we getting this from Black Girl Unlost. So it's a female, look like she focuses on all female stories. But with no further ado, let's see what this popular Alabama rapper has been up to.
I'm straight out of Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I rap like a motherfucker. And I sing a little bit, so yeah, that's pretty much it. About 3 years publicly. But I've been making music for years, since I was probably like 11. I'm gonna be 28. I probably don't look it, you know, black don't crack. But, you know, I've been doing this publicly for 3 years. So. Get back a motherfucker president, ask me to my fucking time. Just been on my grind. Gotta go forward, no rest, rewind. The real niggas spin me all up in the time. I fucked around and had breaks on the line. Like, damn, I was ain't doing that. At least I never thought it'd be me. And last year I went 5 for rapping and quarter. The folks wanna pay for a fee.
Well, we now know one of the 2 victims shot in Birmingham yesterday evening has died.
In Birmingham, where a boy tried to take the SRT and got knocked. It'd be cracking in Birmingham. Bama boys and gals, it seems.
Kayla Alexandria Warren, a vibrant 28-year-old, born on June 10, 1996, in Birmingham, Alabama, was known to many by her stage names, K-Way and 205 Quay. More than just a performer, Kayla was a creative force, an artist with a bold voice, a radiant spirit, and a heart full of ambition. Those close to her described her as someone who could light up a room with her presence and who never stopped working toward a better future. Her artistry was deeply personal. Through her original rap music, Kayla channeled her life experiences into lyrics that resonated with the growing local fan base. She used social media and streaming platforms, not just to entertain, but to tell her story, one filled with grit, determination, and dreams of something greater. Her music was raw, real, and undeniably hers, but Kayla's aspirations didn't end with music. She also dreamed of a career in beauty and skincare, and had enrolled at the Midfield School of Cosmetology to pursue certification. With a keen eye for style and self-expression, she envisioned one day opening her own beauty business, a place where her creativity could flourish in a different form. Balancing her passion for music with her studies wasn't easy, but Kayla was used to juggling responsibilities.
I be looking for you if you looking for me. I was dumb at a young age, you see. More like some lust and one love. It was hard for the trust, but I couldn't get enough of your touch. Missing you much, I was young when but you got me sipping on this cup. Had the night out the days where we couldn't get enough. Had me thinking I should have never gave up, or was I enough?
She was above all a devoted single mother. Her daughter was her world, and everything Kayla did, every late night studying, every verse written, every song recorded, was with her child's future in mind. Her loved ones spoke often of her resilience, her nurturing heart, and her tireless work ethic. She was the kind of woman who didn't just dream. She moved with purpose. Kayla had resumed her cosmetology coursework and was actively working on new music. Things were falling into place. There was hope, there was momentum, and there was the sense that she was just beginning to blossom into the woman and artist she was always meant to be. Then came that August night, just another evening among friends, or so it seemed. Kayla decided to attend a small local gathering, a party she expected would offer a few laughs, some music, and a chance to unwind. For a moment, she allowed herself to enjoy the simple pleasure of being young and alive. But in a flash, that joy was shattered. What began as a carefree night would spiral into chaos and bloodshed, ending in unthinkable tragedy. Just before 8 p.m. on August 21st, 2024, Birmingham police were dispatched to a residence in the 700 block of 30th Street Southwest, located in Gerania Park within Birmingham's historic West End, following reports of a shooting. When officers arrived on scene, they encountered chaos, a scene marked by confusion, urgency, and fear. On the front porch lay an unresponsive adult female, while a second unresponsive adult male was found nearby, both victims of the violence that had just unfolded.
Officers responded to the scene on 30th Street Southwest just after 8 o'clock last night. The coroner's report identifies one of the victims as Kayla Warren. Now, right now, we didn't know the condition of the second victim, and there's no word right now on any suspects in the case.
The victims were later identified as 28-year-old Kayla Warren and 20-year-old Nabrian Adams. Kayla was rushed to the University of Alabama Hospital by Birmingham Fire and Rescue Service, where doctors worked urgently to save her. Tragically, despite their efforts, she succumbed to multiple gunshot wounds just a few hours later. The second victim had been transported by a private vehicle to Princeton Baptist Medical Center. Due to the severity of his injuries, he was later transferred to the University of Alabama Hospital for advanced treatment. Sadly, his condition worsened, and the following day, he too passed away from multiple gunshot wounds. The incident took place in Gerania Park, a predominantly African-American neighborhood on the western edge of Birmingham's historic West End. Known for its modest mid-century homes, close-knit community, and accessible green spaces like Autonomous Park, with athletic courts and playgrounds, the area maintains a strong residential identity. However, like much of Birmingham's West End, Gerania Park has grappled with high levels of violent crime, particularly gun violence. This trend mirrors a broader citywide issue, as Birmingham saw homicide rates surge to historic highs in 2024. The house where Kayla was shot is located on the 700 block of 30th Street Southwest, a typical residential street lined with single-family homes. Once part of a close-knit community, the area reflects a neighborhood shaped by internal...
That's her too. Did she get big or them other pictures just catfish? That's crazy. I was thinking that from the beginning. Same chick.
aspirations, yet burdened by persistent external social pressures. A gathering at the home quickly turned deadly when a suspect suddenly opened fire on the crowd. The eruption of gunfire not only struck those at the scene, but also spilled into neighboring properties, leaving a trail of fear and destruction. Next door, 66-year-old Marion Redwine was in her bedroom, relaxing in a lounge chair and watching television, when bullets began piercing the walls of her home. At least 6 rounds entered her house, one of which struck a metal cup sitting on a table in front of her, shattering it and scattering ink from a pack of new pens all over her medications, vitamins, and the floor.
I know that shook her up. I had a shooting into an occupied dwelling in Huntsville, Alabama. I remember an old lady coming to court testifying how shocking it was to be in her house, and then all of a sudden a bullet come through with a hole. Just reminded me of her. It was a white lady, though. That's crazy.
Another bullet tore through her television screen. Amazingly, the TV remained operational. The shots were so close that she could hear the sharp cracks echo through the house. Although gunfire in the area wasn't unheard of, this time felt terrifyingly different. Too close for comfort. Acting on instinct, she jumped from her chair and dropped to the floor, a move she believed saved her life. The bullets had entered her bedroom at the exact height where she had been sitting and possibly lying in bed moments earlier. "If I had stayed where I was, I wouldn't be here now," she told police, visibly shaken. Officers on the scene were reportedly surprised she survived unscathed. Redwine, who has lived in the home for 13 years, was left rattled and unable to sleep that night. The fear had finally overtaken her sense of safety. "I love my home," she told neighbors, "but I just don't feel safe anymore. I have no choice. I have to leave." The investigation remained ongoing, but for residents like Redwine, the trauma of that night won't soon be forgotten. 8 months after the shooting, in April 2025, police announced the arrest of 2 suspects in connection with the shooting. In a dramatic preliminary hearing, Birmingham detective Nick Clark, lead investigator in the double homicide.
She ain't playing with them baby hairs. And with that swish, bang, whatever that is in the front. Look plastic.
Was the sole witness called to testify. According to Clark, the deadly shooting on 30th Street Southwest in Gerania Park unfolded during a botched robbery attempt carried out by multiple suspects, including one of the victims, 20-year-old Nebrian Adams. Clark explained that the motive behind the incident stemmed from a previous robbery. One of the suspects had allegedly been robbed by individuals at the home, and in retaliation, he and several others, including Adams and another suspect, returned to the residence intending to rob those inside. Multiple vehicles pulled up to the property. All the key players, including both suspects and Adams, were in the cars, but before the planned robbery could be executed, a chaotic shootout erupted. Kayla was struck while standing on the front porch. The second victim, Adams, who had remained inside one of the vehicles, was also critically wounded. After the gunfire ended, the caravan fled the scene, first to an apartment complex and then to Princeton Baptist Medical Center, seeking help for Adams. When his condition deteriorated, he was transferred to University of Alabama Hospital, where he later died. During questioning, one of the suspects admitted in an interview that someone in a separate vehicle had opened fire on him, prompting him to duck and return what he called warning shots. Detective Clark said he interviewed numerous witnesses, including residents of the house where the shooting occurred. Surveillance footage was obtained from the scene, showing the vehicles fleeing, though it did not capture the actual shooting. Further evidence presented included Facebook messages from suspect Todd Green's account, exchanged the day before the incident. The messages referenced the prior robbery and contained talk of wanting to shoot 2 individuals, which the prosecution pointed to as proof of premeditation. Clark also testified that Carrillo Jemison, another suspect, was arrested on April 10th on unrelated marijuana possession charges. During subsequent questioning by homicide investigators, he allegedly gave conflicting accounts about the events that led to the shooting. Todd Green was arrested 2 days later. Prosecutors argued that the case clearly showed the killing stemmed from a planned act of violence. They emphasized that shell casings matching weapons used in the shooting were found in Todd Green's Infiniti, along with a drum magazine capable of firing 50 rounds. The prosecutor told the court that the coordinated action to travel to the location, armed and with a clear motive, shows collective intent. Defense attorneys strongly disagreed. Carrillo Jemison's lawyer insisted that his client had entered the house peacefully and was even seen by the homeowner's daughter moments before the shooting began. According to his lawyer, the homeowner asked Carrillo Jemison to hand over her daughter, something he claimed she wouldn't have done if she thought he posed a threat. His lawyer argued that there's no witness saying he had a weapon and that all the state had was a patchwork of inconsistent statements made during a high-pressure interrogation. Todd Green's attorney said his client acted in self-defense and denied any intent to kill, and that there was no evidence that he fired on the scene. He further went on to say that Todd Green admitted to firing warning shots, but not there, and that he was focused on getting Adams to the hospital. His attorney also noted the lack of direct eyewitness accounts placing a gun in Todd Green's hands. He stated, if someone has seen him fire, you can bet the prosecution would have brought that witness forward. They didn't, because that person doesn't exist. Despite the prosecution's arguments, Judge Bell ruled that the state had not presented sufficient evidence at this stage to move forward with capital murder charges. The ruling came as a wave of emotion filled the courtroom. Some family members wept, and one of the suspects appeared to cry softly. Bell clarified that the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office still had the option to pursue indictments through a grand jury. This case marks the third time since May 21st that Judge Bell has dismissed murder charges in high-profile Birmingham cases. Whether the dismissed charges reflect weaknesses in the cases or a higher judicial bar for proving capital murder remains to be seen. But for now, the families of Kayla Warren and Nebriana Adams are left with unanswered questions in a city still searching for justice. Kayla's life, filled with promise and love, was cut short far too soon. Her voice, one that had only just begun to reach others, was silenced by senseless violence.
interstate and chase me a bag. Pop bottles every time that I pass. It's that mafia swag, fly crippin'. You see me drippin' all this Max sauce. Baymax. Be about your money at all costs. Hop on the interstate and chase me a bag. Pop bottles every time that I pass. It's that mafia swag, fly crippin'. You see me drippin' all this Max sauce. Baymax. Be about your money at all costs. I'm from the land of the crack pavement. When niggas holler stay dangerous and squabble up just like Javante Davis. Niggas haters, they on lame shit. We be on that game shit. He thought he got away. I chase him down LeBron James shit. Blood stains from the stainless. He need a paramedic. And we play ball. Everybody around me athletic. Still stepping. Well committed. I stand on business. Every load I jump in, that bitch tinted. Don't catch me slipping. About my money low. Run me that bag. Call my bitch and say I need you. She gon' run to me fast. That mafia swag, she can't get enough. And she know I'm about my man. She let her sit and watch me add all this money up. Riders popping out the cut like roaches when the lights on. I'm just like BG with my niggas, whether right or wrong. Dead end mafia. You entering the danger zone. Tiny Max be cracking heads. You better have your helmet on. Hop on the interstate and chase me a bag. Pop bottles every time that I pass. It's that mafia swag, fly crippin'. You see me dripping all this Max sauce. Baymax. Be about your money at all costs. Hop on the interstate and chase me a bag. Pop bottles every time that I pass. It's that mafia swag, fly crippin'. You see me dripping all this Max sauce. Baymax. Be about your money at all costs. These niggas be hopping out of foreign whips and feeling like they run shit. The homie like Nick Cannon. He a fool with them drumsticks. Serve him and they done with. Have all of them niggas hit. Something heavy in my Baymax sweater. You see the gun print. Yeah, got me bent behind tent. But I'm low key, give a fuck about the busters. The real niggas fuck with me, I move solo. True pro clubs over polo. You won't catch me in none of you niggas photos. Y'all too friendly. Hopping out, spilling my Remy, smoking on good pressure. Always in a different load. Gotta keep these niggas guessing. Firearms in my possession. Steady counting my blessings. Believe in God and believe in this weapon. And try not to do too much stressing. Ain't seen my daughter in months. And when we FaceTime, I shed tears, I can't help it. And still connected in these streets just like Wi-Fi. Chucking up the set for death though. We gon' rip ride. Hop on the interstate and chase me a bag. Pop bottles every time that I pass. It's that mafia swag, fly crippin'. You see me dripping all this Max sauce. Baymax. Be about your money at all costs. Hop on the interstate and chase me a bag. Pop bottles every time that I pass. It's that mafia swag, fly crippin'. You see me dripping all this Max sauce. Baymax. Be about your money at all costs.
Nightwood Net Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
It's the homie Cook-Up Boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
I'm here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My nigga is Spider Low.
Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
What the fuck?
My nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low. Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loke on my mama's mama.
Spider Loke's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Nate Blood, C-Mac. Shout out my Loke, Spider Loke, cuz. Nate Blood, on hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, cred.
Point blank, do no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
You are now in the Black Box with Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang.
Let's go!